Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well today. So I'm back at it again today with another minimalism video. It's been quite a while since I did my last minimalism video, so I thought that I would bring you one today. So you guys know that I love minimalism. It's one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. And I think that to me, minimalism just means that, you know, bigger is not better. Having more stuff doesn't make you more happy. And I think that by becoming more minimalist, you can really start to live an intentional life. And it really does free up your time and your money and changes the way that you invest your energy into the world. So I've come up with 10 different reasons today why less is more. Freedom from consumerism. So because you're no longer part of the consumerist cycle and you start to realize that you are happy with less. Less comparison. So because you're no longer keeping up with the Joneses, you start to care less and less what people think about what you're doing with your life and how you're spending your money, and it just really does free up that space for your brain to just concentrate on the things that you actually enjoy rather than spending money on the things that you don't enjoy. Mental clarity. So obviously you are not buying lots and lots of things, you don't have lots and lots of things in your home, and so you've got less distractions, and you know the things that you do end up owning in the end are things that really matter and that add value to your life and do not just keep distracting you from the things that are actually important. And you also just free up so much time. You're not completely preoccupied with going out and buying things on the weekend anymore, and yeah, so you gain mental clarity and also like time to do the things you want to do. Less stress. So because you don't have to work as hard to earn as much money to buy as many things as you were buying before, you know, you just have so much less stress because you've not got to do loads and loads of overtime to buy the things you need. And it just really helps you to become more mindful of the things you do enjoy rather than worrying about the things that you don't enjoy. You appreciate the little things. So because you've now, you know, stopped buying loads and loads of new things, you start to really appreciate what you've already got. And you start to realize that you've got everything that you need to be happy, and that happiness isn't an external thing, it comes from within. Purpose and meaning. So you're no longer going to be pursuing money to buy things at the weekend to try and, you know, pretend that you're happy and try and buy happiness, because you suddenly start to realize that collecting things isn't as meaningful as you thought. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with collecting things. If you are a collector, then credit to you. I just mean in terms of, you know, absent-mindedly collecting things. I did it with clothes, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. And it's just this thing where you just get in this cycle of keeping on buying the same thing over and over again, and you think that it's going to bring you happiness, and maybe it does for like a split second, but it's not the purpose and it's not the meaning of your life. And so by removing that distraction, you actually make yourself focus more on the things that you do want and the things that do actually bring you happiness and give you purpose and meaning in your life. More time. So this kind of relates to the last one, and so if you no longer have so many things to buy all of the time, you suddenly realize that you don't need to work as hard, you don't need to do as much overtime, you don't need to work as many hours, because you're not actively participating in society like a normal member. You know, you don't need to go out and buy the latest gadget, you don't need to buy the latest MacBook, you don't need to get the latest iPhone. Like, there's just so many things that you can remove yourself from when you become more minimalist, and it just means that you just gain so much more time, you know, not focusing on pleasing people and just focusing more on doing the things that you enjoy and that bring happiness to your life. More money. So obviously if you are spending less, then you're gonna save more. So in this, you know, you can decide to work more, but you could just decide that you're just gonna save more money. So, you know, if you look at your budget and you realize that maybe every month you spend £50 on clothes, and then you say, no longer am I gonna buy clothes, every month you can put that money away, you can put that to one side, and you'll soon realize how quickly it all adds up. Because honestly, this was what I did, and it soon just added up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money, wasted so much money just, you know, walking around shopping centres for no reason. So once you do grasp that and you do start to realize where you are spending money, you can just save so much. But also with that, you know, when you do spend money, you become so much more mindful, and money just suddenly means so much more to you because you become more frugal because you don't want to spend the money on things. And yeah, it just really makes you think twice. So I love to just write down the things that I want and then just wait a month or two and see if I still want them at the end of that time. And if I do, then I buy them, and if not, then I realize that it was an impulse purchase. I could do a video about this in the future of like how to stop, you know, going on shopping sprees and spending sprees, because it's really quite difficult to do, but once you do it, it's really liberating. Less fear of failure. So this one's one that I actually really love because it's something that not a lot of us realise, but you've got less to lose if you live a minimalist lifestyle. You don't have lavish things, you don't have expensive things, you don't have this really crazy like unaffordable lifestyle. And so if you lost your job today, you know, it wouldn't be a massive big deal because you're already living frugally, you know. So yeah, you've just got less to lose. And in terms of possessions too, I guess, like you do have less to lose because you've just got less stuff in general. And with that as well, I found that, you know, if I lost everything tomorrow, please, like, I hope that I don't, but you know, if I did, I've kind of lost that connection to it anyway. And so it's just like, stuff is just this stuff we have. It doesn't really mean anything. And you know, we put a lot of meaning into our possessions, but actually at the end of the day, we just need ourselves, we just need our bodies, and we just need to look after ourselves, and everything else isn't really that important. Higher focus on what's important to you. So obviously if you start to let go of all the things that don't matter, you start to get this little group of things that actually do really matter and are really impactful and meaningful in your life. And you know, that can sometimes be possessions, but it can sometimes be careers, and it can sometimes be people. And just by honing in on that, you start to realize that the people and the things that matter stay, and the things that don't just leave. And sometimes it's good to just let things go, and it feels really liberating. And I think that this point just ties them all up. You know, it goes into money, it goes into possessions, and it just goes into the overall like thought processes. You know, you've got so much more brain space when you're not constantly trying to please people all the time, and just please yourself, I guess. You know, if you have these expectations of yourself that you need to do these things to be a normal member of society, and then you start to slowly stop doing those, you suddenly just have all of this brain space to just do so many more things that you wouldn't have been able to do before. And so in doing so, you kind of spend less time worrying about the things that you don't really care about in the first place. And so to wrap this last point up, I just want to quickly say that minimalism to me is just making space for all of the most important and, you know, really rewarding and best aspects of life. So if you've got to the end of this video and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to get into I can't say that word, minimalism. Yeah, you know, if you really want to get into this, one book that I really highly recommend is The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F by Sarah Knight. It's one of the best books I've ever read. Honestly, she's so quirky, she's so funny, and I highly recommend it. You know, it just really gives you that sense of, oh my god, like there's so many like eureka moments that I had when I was reading that book, and I was like, yeah, you know, I wish I'd have had that on the start of my minimalism journey. I feel like it would have been a lot more streamlined and a lot easier, but I've kind of just figured it all out by myself. But if you have those tools, then please use them. And if you've not read it before, then I do highly recommend it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found some value in it. You guys know that minimalism has absolutely changed my life, and it just brings me so much joy to talk about and to just share it with the world, because honestly, it is life-changing and it's just one of the best things I've ever done. So if there's any advice you would like, or any video ideas you've got for me about minimalism, like certain aspects of it, then just let me know, because I'd be more than happy to film them for you guys. And if you aren't already, then please subscribe to my channel for more inspiration and ideas on how to live more with less. So I really hope that you enjoyed this, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. And if you aren't already, then please subscribe to my channel for more ideas and inspiration about how I just said it too fast. I really want to get into I can't say that word. Minimalism. I can't say that word. How can I be a minimalist that can't say minimalism? Minimalism. As you guys know, minimalism